Welcome to Learn English Through Podcast. I'm Emma.
And I'm Jack. Today, we're diving into a really interesting topic, how to talk about your country in English. And we'll focus on Brazil today.
That's right, Jack. Brazil is such a diverse country, full of culture, nature, and amazing people. And learning to talk about it in English can be both fun and practical.
Absolutely. Let's start with a basic tip. When you describe your country, you can organize your ideas into sections. For example, geography, culture, food, festivals, and personal experiences.
Yes, and the first step is to start with geography. Let's say you're talking about Brazil. You could start like this. Brazil is the largest country in South America. It has beautiful landscapes, from the Amazon rainforest to the famous beaches in Rio de Janeiro.
And notice how Emma paused after each phrase. That's important because it makes your speech sound natural. Try repeating after me. Brazil is the largest country in South America.
It has beautiful landscapes, from the Amazon rainforest
To the famous beaches in Rio de Janeiro.
Perfect. Now, once you describe the geography, you can move on to culture. Brazil has a very rich and diverse culture, influenced by indigenous people, Portuguese colonizers, and African traditions.
You could say something like, Brazilian culture is very vibrant. People love music, dance, and celebrating life. One of the most famous celebrations is Carnival, which is known for its colorful parades and samba music.
Again, notice the pauses. You can break it down. Brazilian culture is very vibrant.
People love music, dance, and celebrating life.
And here's a tip. You can add your personal experience or opinion. For example, I really enjoy Brazilian music because it makes me feel happy and energetic.
Yes, using personal experiences makes your speech more engaging. And don't forget food. Brazilian food is delicious and unique. You could say, Brazilian food is diverse. Some popular dishes are feijoada, pão de queijo, and brigadeiros.
And for advanced learners, you can even add comparisons. For instance, Brazilian feijoada is similar to a hearty stew, but it has its own unique flavors that are hard to find anywhere else.
That's great for making your description richer. You can also invite your listeners or audience to imagine it. Imagine walking through a Brazilian market, smelling fresh fruits, tasting tropical flavors, and hearing lively music everywhere.
Yes, visualization is a powerful tool. And remember, it's okay to repeat and shadow these sentences to practice pronunciation and rhythm.
Right. So far, we covered geography, culture, and food. Next, we'll talk about festivals, traditions, and some unique aspects of Brazilian life. But before that, Jack, let's do a quick repetition.
Sure. Repeat after me. Brazil is the largest country in South America. It has beautiful landscapes, from the Amazon rainforest to the famous beaches in Rio de Janeiro.
Brazilian culture is very vibrant. People love music, dance, and celebrating life. One of the most famous celebrations is Carnival, which is known for its colorful parades and samba music.
Brazilian food is diverse. Some popular dishes are feijoada, pão de queijo, and brigadeiros.
Great! You can practice these sentences again and again. It will help you speak fluently and confidently.
Moving on, one of the most iconic aspects of Brazil is its festivals. Carnival is the most famous, but there are many regional festivals too. For instance, Festa Junina, celebrated in June, honors rural traditions with folk dances, bonfires, and typical foods.
You can describe it in English like this. Festa Junina is a traditional festival celebrated with colorful decorations, folk dances, and lots of traditional food like corn cakes and sweet treats.
And another example is Parintins Folklore Festival in the Amazon. It's a theatrical competition between two groups representing local legends. Saying something like, Parintins is a fascinating festival where people celebrate Amazonian culture with music, dance, and storytelling.
Festivals are a great way to show how lively and community-focused Brazilian life is. You could even mention how people from different regions have unique ways of celebrating.
Now, let's talk about nature. Brazil is famous for the Amazon rainforest, Pantanal wetlands, and Iguaçu Falls. Advanced learners can describe these using more vivid language. The Amazon rainforest is a vast green paradise, home to countless species of plants and animals. Walking through it feels like entering another world.
Or for Iguaçu Falls. Iguazu Falls is one of the most spectacular waterfalls in the world. The sound of the water and the mist rising create an unforgettable experience.
You can add personal impressions to make it sound more natural. I visited Iguazu Falls once, and I was amazed by how powerful and beautiful it was. It's a place everyone should see at least once in their life.
Another way to make your speech advanced is by using comparisons or metaphors. For example, the Pantanal is like a giant natural aquarium, full of wildlife that you can observe up close.
And for cities, describing Rio de Janeiro or Sao Paulo can be very engaging. For instance, Rio de Janeiro is famous for its beaches, like Copacabana and Ipanema, and the iconic Christ the Redeemer statue overlooking the city.
Sao Paulo is more urban and cosmopolitan. You could say Sao Paulo is the largest city in Brazil, with skyscrapers, diverse neighborhoods, and a rich cultural scene, including theaters, museums, and restaurants from all over the world.
Another tip is to mention sports, because they're a big part of Brazilian culture. Football is the most popular sport, and describing it in English can be fun. Football is more than a sport in Brazil. It's a passion. Streets are filled with cheering fans whenever there's an important match.
You can even explain personal opinions. I love watching Brazilian football because it's fast-paced and full of energy. The players' skill and creativity are incredible.
Remember, when talking about your country, it's important to include daily life too. For instance, in Brazil, people enjoy socializing with friends and family. Coffee breaks, barbecues, and beach outings are common ways to relax and connect.
Or you could describe transportation. Brazil has a variety of transportation options, from buses and subways in big cities to boats in the Amazon region. Traveling around gives you a chance to see different landscapes and lifestyles.
And one more advanced tip: use adjectives and adverbs to make your descriptions vivid. For instance, the beaches are stunningly beautiful, with golden sand and clear blue water. Sunsets here are absolutely breathtaking.
Let's pause and repeat some sentences slowly for shadowing. The Amazon rainforest is a vast green paradise, home to countless species of plants and animals.
Iguazu Falls is one of the most spectacular waterfalls in the world. The sound of the water and the mist rising create an unforgettable experience.
Football is more than a sport in Brazil. It's a passion. Streets are filled with cheering fans whenever there's an important match. Another interesting aspect of Brazil is its music. Samba and bossa nova are world famous, but there are also regional styles like forró from the Northeast. You can describe it like this. Brazilian music is incredibly diverse. Samba rhythms fill the streets during Carnival, while bossa nova creates a relaxed, sophisticated atmosphere.
You can even compare the music to moods or feelings. Samba makes you want to dance and celebrate life, whereas bossa nova feels calm and reflective, perfect for quiet evenings.
For an advanced touch, you can mention instruments. For example, samba uses drums, tambourines, and other percussion instruments, creating lively, infectious rhythms.
And beyond music, Brazilian art is also very expressive. You could say, Brazilian art reflects the country's history and diversity. From colorful street murals to classical paintings, each piece tells a unique story.
You can make it more personal. I love visiting art galleries in Brazil because they show the creativity and passion of Brazilian artists.
Another way to enrich your speech is by discussing traditions and customs. For example, in many parts of Brazil, family gatherings are important. People often share meals together, celebrate birthdays, and honor local traditions.
And you can even describe typical behavior. Brazilians are generally warm and friendly. They enjoy talking, laughing, and connecting with others in social settings.
When talking about education or work life, you could say, education in Brazil is highly valued, and universities offer a variety of programs. Many students also participate in cultural and sports activities alongside their studies.
You can also mention leisure activities. People in Brazil enjoy outdoor activities such as hiking in national parks, playing beach volleyball, or taking boat trips along rivers.
An advanced way to describe it is by using cause and effect. Because Brazil has such a diverse landscape, people have many options for outdoor adventures, from surfing on the coast to exploring the rainforest.
Talking about language is also important. Portuguese is the official language, but English learners can practice by comparing expressions. While Portuguese is widely spoken, many young Brazilians also study English, which helps them connect with the world.
You could add an idiomatic expression. In Brazil, people often say saudade, which is a deep feeling of longing or nostalgia. There's no exact English word for it, but it's a beautiful concept to explain.
Using such expressions makes your English more advanced and interesting. You can say, "When I think about Brazil, I feel saudade for its beaches, music, and vibrant culture."
Another important topic is climate. Brazil has a tropical climate in most regions, which affects daily life. The weather in Brazil is mostly warm and sunny, which encourages outdoor activities and festivals all year round.
And you can contrast regions. While the Amazon region is hot and humid, the southern parts experience cooler winters and occasional snow in some areas.
A tip for advanced English is to use sequencing words when describing multiple features. Firstly, the Amazon offers incredible biodiversity. Secondly, the Pantanal is perfect for wildlife enthusiasts. Lastly, the coastal cities provide stunning beaches and urban attractions.
That's perfect for structuring your speech clearly. You can also invite listeners to imagine. Picture yourself walking along Copacabana Beach, feeling the warm sand under your feet and hearing the waves crashing as the sun sets.
Now, repeat slowly after me for shadowing. Brazilian music is incredibly diverse. Samba rhythms fill the streets during Carnival, while bossa nova creates a relaxed, sophisticated atmosphere.
Because Brazil has such a diverse landscape, people have many options for outdoor adventures, from surfing on the coast to exploring the rainforest.
In Brazil, people often say saudade, which is a deep feeling of longing or nostalgia. There's no exact English word for it, but it's a beautiful concept to explain.
Sports play a huge role in Brazilian culture. Football is the most popular, but volleyball and capoeira are also significant. You can describe it like this. In Brazil, football is more than a game. It's a way of life. Streets and stadiums come alive during matches, with fans showing immense passion and pride.
Capoeira is fascinating because it combines martial arts, dance, and music. You could explain, capoeira is a unique Brazilian art form that blends fighting techniques with rhythmic movements and music. It's both a sport and a cultural expression.
Advanced learners can discuss achievements too. Brazil has won the FIFA World Cup 5 times, making it one of the most successful football nations in the world.
Another engaging topic is famous landmarks. For example, Christ the Redeemer is an iconic statue in Rio de Janeiro, overlooking the city and offering breathtaking panoramic views. It's recognized worldwide as a symbol of Brazil.
Or Sugarloaf Mountain. Sugarloaf Mountain provides one of the most scenic cable car rides, giving visitors stunning views of Rio's coastline and cityscape.
You can also mention UNESCO World Heritage Sites. The historic city of Ouro Preto is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, known for its colonial architecture, Baroque churches, and cobblestone streets.
Talking about economy can be advanced if you structure sentences well. Brazil has one of the largest economies in South America, driven by agriculture, mining, and manufacturing. It's also a major exporter of coffee, soybeans, and iron ore.
And to sound more natural, you can include cause-effect or contrast. Although Brazil is rich in natural resources, income inequality remains a challenge, influencing education, healthcare, and social development.
Daily life is another area to describe vividly. In urban areas like Sao Paulo and Rio, mornings are busy with people commuting to work, while evenings are filled with social gatherings and cultural events.
Rural life is different. In rural regions, life moves at a slower pace. People engage in farming, local markets, and community events, maintaining traditions passed down for generations.
You can also discuss transportation creatively. Traveling across Brazil can be an adventure. You might take a long-distance bus, fly between major cities, or explore remote areas by boat along rivers and canals.
Another advanced tip is to include environmental topics. Brazil is home to diverse ecosystems, but deforestation in the Amazon threatens wildlife and local communities. Many organizations are working to preserve these natural treasures.
You can add a personal reflection. Visiting protected areas in Brazil made me realize the importance of nature conservation. The lush forests, exotic animals, and flowing rivers are truly irreplaceable.
Describing people is also useful. Brazilians are often described as warm, friendly, and outgoing. They enjoy spending time with family and friends, celebrating life through music, food, and dance.
You could also include personal experiences. When I attended a local festival, I was amazed by how everyone danced together, shared food, and laughed as if the whole town was one big family.
Advanced learners can use expressions of probability or possibility. Visiting Brazil might give you one of the most memorable experiences of your life because of its natural beauty, cultural richness, and vibrant communities.
Repeat slowly for shadowing. Capoeira is a unique Brazilian art form that blends fighting techniques with rhythmic movements and music. It's both a sport and a cultural expression.
Christ the Redeemer is an iconic statue in Rio de Janeiro, overlooking the city and offering breathtaking panoramic views. It's recognized worldwide as a symbol of Brazil.
Visiting protected areas in Brazil made me realize the importance of nature conservation. The lush forests, exotic animals, and flowing rivers are truly irreplaceable.
Describing people is also useful. Brazilians are often described as warm, friendly, and outgoing. They enjoy spending time with family and friends, celebrating life through music, food, and dance.
You could also include personal experiences. When I attended a local festival, I was amazed by how everyone danced together, shared food, and laughed as if the whole town was one big family.
Advanced learners can use expressions of probability or possibility. Visiting Brazil might give you one of the most memorable experiences of your life because of its natural beauty, cultural richness, and vibrant communities. Tourism in Brazil offers a wide variety of experiences. From urban adventures to natural wonders, there is something for every traveler. You can describe it like this. Brazil attracts millions of visitors every year who come to explore its beaches, rainforests, and cultural heritage sites.
You can highlight specific activities. In Rio, tourists enjoy hiking up to viewpoints, visiting museums, and experiencing the lively street culture filled with music and dance.
In the Amazon, the experience is different. Tourists can take guided boat trips, observe wildlife, and learn about indigenous communities who have lived there for centuries.
Another advanced angle is discussing Brazilian innovations. For example, Brazil has made significant contributions in agriculture and renewable energy, particularly biofuels. Sugarcane ethanol is a globally recognized alternative to fossil fuels.
You could connect it to everyday life. Many Brazilians use ethanol-powered cars, which helps reduce pollution and supports sustainable energy practices.
A useful approach is to include idiomatic expressions to make your English more natural. For instance, Brazilians often say dar jeitinho, which means finding a creative solution to a problem. There isn't an exact English translation, but it shows flexibility and resourcefulness.
Personal stories are always engaging. I once participated in a small festival in Bahia where the locals taught me how to dance samba. It was challenging at first, but incredibly fun and rewarding.
You can also describe cultural surprises. I was amazed by the friendliness of strangers who would strike up conversations and invite me to join family gatherings or local celebrations.
Another technique for advanced English is using sequencing and linking words. Firstly, Brazil offers stunning natural beauty. Secondly, its culture is rich and diverse. Finally, the warmth of the people makes every visit memorable.
You can make your descriptions more vivid with adjectives and adverbs. The Amazon rainforest is incredibly dense and vibrant, teeming with exotic plants and animals, while the beaches are stunningly picturesque, with golden sand and turquoise waters.
When describing cities, you can contrast them with rural areas. São Paulo is bustling and fast-paced, full of skyscrapers and cultural events, whereas smaller towns have a relaxed rhythm, traditional markets, and close-knit communities.
Talking about transportation can also make your English advanced. Brazil has an extensive network of buses, trains, and domestic flights. In certain regions, riverboats are essential for reaching remote villages.
You can also explain how these experiences affect visitors. Traveling across Brazil teaches you about adaptability, curiosity, and appreciation for diverse lifestyles and environments.
Advanced learners can use comparisons to make descriptions richer. For example, the beaches in Florianopolis are calmer than those in Rio, making them ideal for surfing or relaxing with family, while Rio's beaches are vibrant and crowded, perfect for socializing and enjoying street performances.
Storytelling is powerful. For example, during Carnival in Salvador, I saw groups of drummers leading parades. Everyone followed along, singing and dancing for hours. It felt like being part of a living, breathing celebration.
Another tip is using reflection sentences. Experiencing Brazilian festivals firsthand gave me a deeper understanding of how traditions connect communities and preserve history.
Repeat slowly for shadowing. Tourists can take guided boat trips, observe wildlife, and learn about indigenous communities who have lived there for centuries.
Brazil has made significant contributions in agriculture and renewable energy, particularly biofuels. Sugarcane ethanol is a globally recognized alternative to fossil fuels.
During Carnival in Salvador, I saw groups of drummers leading parades. Everyone followed along, singing and dancing for hours. It felt like being part of a living, breathing celebration.
Social interactions are an important part of Brazilian life. People often greet each other with a handshake or a cheek kiss, depending on the region. You could say, Brazilians are very sociable. They often greet friends and family warmly, which makes meeting new people a pleasant experience.
You can describe informal gatherings too. Even casual get-togethers often include sharing food, drinks, and stories. It's common for people to spend hours chatting and laughing together.
Another advanced approach is to talk about local customs. In many parts of Brazil, afternoon coffee is a daily ritual. People enjoy pausing their busy day to connect with colleagues or neighbors over a cup of coffee and small snacks.
Environmental awareness is increasingly relevant. You can explain, Brazil is home to vast rainforests, rivers, and wetlands, which are critical for global ecology. Conservation efforts are essential to protect these ecosystems and maintain biodiversity.
Adding personal perspective makes your English more natural. Visiting protected areas inspired me to appreciate the importance of sustainable practices and responsible tourism.
When speaking about daily life, you can include habits and routines. Many Brazilians enjoy outdoor activities, such as jogging on beaches, cycling in parks, or participating in community sports. These activities are an integral part of a healthy lifestyle.
You can also discuss education and youth. Children and young adults in Brazil attend school regularly, and extracurricular activities like music, dance, and sports play an important role in their development.
Another advanced technique is using cause and effect structures. Because Brazil has diverse landscapes and climates, people's lifestyles and leisure activities vary greatly between regions.
You can describe cultural richness through daily experiences. Walking through a local market, you might hear different languages, see colorful fruits and handmade crafts, and smell freshly baked goods. Each market tells a story of Brazil's diversity.
For storytelling, you can include reflections. Experiencing Brazilian culture firsthand taught me that hospitality, joy, and resilience are deeply embedded in everyday life.
Advanced learners can use comparisons and contrasts. The nightlife in Sao Paulo is dynamic and fast-paced, with nightclubs and live music venues, while smaller towns offer quieter evenings with local bars and community events.
Travel narratives can make your speech engaging. Visiting the Amazon River by boat allowed me to see wildlife up close, interact with local communities, and understand the connection between people and nature.
To conclude, advanced expressions can summarize ideas. In summary, Brazil offers a combination of breathtaking landscapes, vibrant culture, delicious food, and warm people. Each region provides unique experiences that leave lasting memories.
You can invite listeners to practice. Try describing your own experiences or imagine visiting Brazil. Use vivid adjectives, sequencing words, and personal reflections to make your speech engaging.
For shadowing and repetition, here are key sentences. Brazilians are very sociable. They often greet friends and family warmly, which makes meeting new people a pleasant experience.
Because Brazil has diverse landscapes and climates, people's lifestyles and leisure activities vary greatly between regions.
In summary, Brazil offers a combination of breathtaking landscapes, vibrant culture, delicious food, and warm people. Each region provides unique experiences that leave lasting memories.
Practicing these sentences will help you speak fluently about your country in English with confidence, clarity, and advanced expressions.
That's all for today's episode. Remember, talking about your country is not just about facts, it's about sharing experiences, stories, and emotions.
Keep practicing, repeat, shadow, and enjoy the process of improving your English. Brazil is a beautiful example of how much you can describe, explore, and share.
Thank you for listening to Learn English Through Podcast. Until next time.
See you soon, and happy learning!